Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my humble abode. This is Twinterview number 7. Sorry it's been such a while since the last one, but you guys have sent me loads of questions, so let's see what's come out of your crazy minds. Hey Becca, for me, red wine Monday to Friday, copious amounts of cold lager on the weekend. I do like a Di Serrano though, an amaretto. I do like one of them, but I'm not a spirits drinker or anything like that. I do love nothing more than a nice cold pint of Peroni or something like that, and a red wine during the week after food or something. But yeah, I'm not an alcoholic, honestly. Hey Nelly, the side to me that people don't know about is that I can be incredibly grouchy. I'm feeling a little bit grouchy today because it's snowing again and it's doing my head in. Because I live out in the countryside, which is beautiful most of the time. But when you snow, you can't go anywhere and it's absolutely freezing, so I'm quite cold right now. I can be quite grouchy and quite moody, yeah. Not all the time, but I have my moments. I guess it comes with having a creative personality. Sometimes I can be quite narky about stuff, and it takes me a good few hours to shake it off. But you guys don't tend to see that because I don't air my dirty laundry, you know what I mean? So if something's pissed me off, I don't tend to take to Twitter and do a Kanye West and rant about it. I'd rather go and just be moody by myself in a room for a few hours. So that's the side that you guys fortunately don't get to see, is my narkiness. Yeah, I mean, not conquer it, but I certainly understand it a lot better. And I don't have a clinical situation. I just have one that's very lifestyle orientated. You know, I'm an independent artist. I run my own business, and everything I do, I'm my own boss. And I pressure myself a hell of a lot. So sometimes, I can kind of beat myself up a little bit too hard and get myself down. But it's not a clinical situation that I've got. But I mean, yeah, sometimes the weather changes emotionally or whatever, and you're just not feeling it some days. And on those days, I know now to stop pressuring myself to continue doing all the normal things that I do, and I got the energy to do it. And now when that cloud comes over, I just kind of take the day off, which I'm lucky enough to be able to do, I suppose. Or I at least don't pressure myself to do as much as I normally would, and just accept that the next few days are going to be a little bit slower, and I have to be a little bit gentler on myself during that time. And then the weather changes again, and I'm okay again. But yeah, I mean, I think like since the experience when I did home. After coming off the last Kaishiro tour, when I was really not in a great place personally, I think I just learned a lot about myself there. Through that process, so I've learned, when to like ease back on pressuring myself too much. I've learned when to give myself a break, and I've learned what are the things that kind of stress me out internally, emotionally, or whatever. So I kind of just did a lot of self-discovery there, which I think was really important because it's benefiting me now moving my life forward to not fall into those same holes. So I think if people who have a clinical depression, I think it's a very different situation which I wouldn't want to speak on because I don't have any experience of it, and my heart goes out to those people. But for me, I think I just put myself in a depressed state of feeling through more cognitive things that are actually within my control. We can control our thoughts. If we've got like this horrible voice in our head that's constantly beating us up, well, we're in control of that. So it's difficult, but as soon as you can kind of change the habits of thinking, you are able to stop yourself falling into that place. It doesn't, it's not an exact science and doesn't happen every time because we're emotional animals. But I mean, having a better understanding of yourself and what makes you tick and what makes you trip up or whatever is I think very beneficial to everybody, and would recommend CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, which I've done, as a great way to discover more about yourself and what makes you tick and what makes you stressed out and feeling pressured and inferior and insecure or whatever it may be. So self-discovery was definitely something that writing the album Home helped me through. That wasn't its intention, but it was kind of the journal of that whole experience, and definitely come out much better on the other side. So and I hope the best of luck to yourself as well with your personal situation. But if you haven't done so already, try CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I really recommend it. Right, Linda's asked me 4 questions. I'm going to answer just one of them because I've answered some of them on other Twinterviews, which you can check out. But at the moment, the music I'm listening to is 2 awesome British bands. One's called Nothing But Thieves, and the other one's called Marmosettes. So definitely go and check them out because they're cool. Yeah, that's the age-old problem, which is like it's just there is no simple answer to that really. It is very difficult, and you've just got to pick your priorities as and when you can. You know, like I try and be 100% present to whatever I'm doing at the moment. Like I used to try and spread myself too thinly, and I would always be working, even when I was socializing and things like that. So now what I try and do is if I'm working, and everybody has to understand that. But then I try and be as punctual with that as I can, and then if I'm spending time with family and friends and things like that, then I'm just doing that. I'm not on my phone and I'm not, answering messages and things like that. So I try and be quite strict with that now. And I think if you're organized and as long as you're willing to work your ass off, and be present and just keep on top of things you also have to be happy to make sacrifices. I mean, you can't do it all. We're human. So I mean, like my social group quite understands my lifestyle, and I have a social group that is in a similar industry to me as well, so they kind of get it because they're doing their own thing and stuff. So I mean, the people around you have to kind of understand as well and support it, and you have to be willing to make sacrifices. You have to be willing to accept that you can't be at every party and you can't be at everyone's birthday, and you are going to miss a wedding here and there because you're touring or something like that. So it is difficult. It's just the curse that comes with having a passion, I suppose. It's like anything. It's just you just got to kind of do your best. There's no simple answer to it, but not a bad problem to have, I guess. It could be way worse. When I wrote the lyrics of Just a Man, not great, to be honest. I mean, I was at a pretty low point at that point. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the track-by-track explanation of the album that I did on YouTube, which kind of explains the background to that album. Just a Man is a song that was written during the right in the middle of not a pleasant time in my life, when I was feeling very self-doubtful and insecure and unconfident and down on myself. So yeah, I mean, everything in that song is pretty much just pure expression of exactly how I was feeling at the time. And the vocal take as well in the song is one take. There's no edits or anything like that, and it's the first take I did, and it's actually from the demo of the track that I did, because it was really real and in the moment, so that demo track ended up on the album. So yeah, it's 100% legit what it says in the song, basically. So yeah, not a great place to be, but hey, it's a cool song. Hey Isabella, well, the second you invite me to Poland and put me up, I'll be there, because I've never been to Poland and I'd love to go and see, because everybody says it's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, when am I coming? Cryptocurrencies, yeah, I don't know a lot about it because it's quite technical, but I mean, from what I understand, this is like an amazing revolution that could change the fundamental structure of power, because the monetary system is the octopus tentacles that kind of run through all other forms of corruption and power in the world. So I mean, anything that shakes up the centralization of power within the financial system is definitely something that I'm in favor of, and it's interesting. So it is unfortunate that it is very technical, and that the likes of us common folk can't really get our head around it quickly and simply, but maybe that'll change. I mean, it's in its infancy at the moment, but I mean, yeah, I'm very much in favor of what I know about cryptocurrencies, and as soon as the central banks become irrelevant and able to keep their clasp of old, wrinkly, horrible, cold, lifeless power on everyone and everything in the world, the sooner that happens, the better. So fuck the banks. And if cryptocurrency can help us achieve that, then I'm all for that. Young people have a future in this society. Yeah, I do think that young people have a future in society. Of course they do. Like any generation, they've got the young generation of today has got massive obstacles and issues to deal with. But they've also got massive gains and developments on their side that previous generations didn't have. Every generation's got their cross to bear and their opportunities and their gains to make. So I'm really optimistic about the generation coming up. They've got a lot of scary stuff like artificial intelligence. I mean, we don't know which way that's going to go. But at the same time, you know, the means to communicate with people all around the world and share information and share ideas is really powerful. As with all these things, it's down to us, regardless of our generation, to be educated, to be clued up and switched on to the reality of how the world works and where the real enemies lie. And oftentimes, those enemies aren't down here on the ground with us lot. They're up above the top of the triangle. So yeah, I'm very hopeful, and I think hope is very important, because if you don't have hope, then you've already lost the battle, you've given up. So I mean, you need to maintain hope, and I think the kids these days have got a lot of great opportunities. They're very clued up, they're very well informed, and they're very enlightened, way more enlightened than previous generations. Racism and things like that is way less commonplace, and sexism and things than it was previously. So yeah, I'm very hopeful. But you know, we're all part of the same team, regardless of whether they're kids or old people or people in the middle. You know, we're all working together. We're all on the same side, and you know, it's like a big village that we all play a part in. So that's my answer. Hey Rita, how are you doing? And happy birthday for the other day. Hope you had a great time. I would love to come to Frankfurt. I absolutely love Germany, and I love the German people. On the last tour we went to Cologne, and I've been to Berlin as well. But I've never been to Frankfurt, I don't think. So I would absolutely love to. Like I said, I've got loads of respect for Germany and the German people, and it's a beautiful country. And yeah, I'd love to come back, even if it's just to visit and not necessarily play. And if I do, we'll have to hook up, and you know, we can meet in person. Hey Simo, you can ask personal questions if you like. I said in the thing, the questions don't have to be about me, but I mean, I answer anything that anyone asks me. So yeah, you're more than welcome to ask me personal questions. But the question you did ask is, what's my favourite song on Home? And I'm not sure what I said. I think I've been asked this before, and I may have said something different. But at the moment, I think my favourite song would be the song Home, the last track, because I think that kind of encapsulates the whole journey from, you know, the darkness that I felt going into writing the album, and positivity and the strength that I felt, and the empowerment I felt coming out of that whole process. So I think the song Home for me is quite kind of encapsulates that whole period of my life. Hey Frunzel, I've never really been given great advice. I've been given lots of advice, none that I can say that I've ever really gained much from. To be honest, what I've realised in life is that the best advice I can give, which is going to be ironic given my answer, is don't listen to other people's advice. Because we're all thoroughly full of shit. Most people are just we're all blagging it. None of us really know what we're on about. We're making it up as we go along. There's no school for life. So, you know, I think the best thing to do is to get out there and engage in life as much as you can, and figure things out yourself, because we're all different. We all want different things from life, and all of our personal circumstances are different. We've got different things in our way, different things on our side. So I mean, like, for me, what I've realized is that most of the advice I've been given has been bullshit. And I've made far better decisions once I've figured things out for myself. So that would be my advice to you. So I don't know how you're going to deal with that, because I've just told you not to listen to advice. So good luck. Well, yeah, I'm a massive bookie. I'm well known for being really into my books. There's a complete list, well, not a complete list, I mean, but there's a list on my website of books that I've read that have made a big impact on me, or that I found to be very influential upon me as I was growing up, or even in adult life. Factual stuff, scientific stuff, novels, whatever, all on my website at James Kennedy Stuff, and there's a link to like a reading list at the bottom. So that's just sort of like a selection of the stuff from my bookshelf. But yeah, my bookshelf is the pride of my house, and I've got tons of books on it, which I show pictures of any chance I get on Snapchat. So yeah, I'm massively into books, and I'm a self-educated person, so you know, books is where I got my education from, you know, in pretty much everything in life. So yeah, they have a very special place in my heart and my life, and I think everyone should read more books. Hey Ivana, so similar to the question that Letitia asked me, I mean, I'm very hopeful about this generation and the state of society at the moment. We've got different challenges, but different opportunities, and the world is a way more connected place now, which can only be a good thing. And as I said, society, kids coming up these days are way more enlightened, way more switched on, way more informed, and have way more opportunities to grow and contribute to society than before. I think just to balance it out, the only thing I can see that is not particularly in their favour is that it does seem to be a sense of entitlement that millennials have, which they don't tend to have a grafting spirit that previous generations had to have. There does seem to be a sense of entitlement, certainly in the West, that life is supposed to always be comfortable and life is always supposed to be awesome. And the second you're not having a great time, life has dealt you a bad hand. Well, I don't think that's true to the reality of life. So I mean, that would just be, I'm only saying that to balance it out. I don't think that's true of everybody. But as I said in the earlier question, there's great opportunities around for the generation of today. And society, I think, is definitely going in the direction of progress and enlightenment and development, which can only be a good thing. But the battle is never won. It's down to all of us to fight on the same side and make sure that the powers that be don't get the upper hand again. Hey Chantal, I'm really sorry I've only just seen your question just now. And I've been answering all these questions at lightning speed because I'm cold. So I'm really sorry that I don't speak more slowly, but you French people can't say anything about that because you talk really fast, and I'm trying to learn French and it's not fair, so cut it out. Well, I did a video on this, a singing lesson, which is on YouTube, which you can check out, which gives you some pretty thorough information about general stuff. But I think preparations for a recording session, I think just like be well rested, warm up, be prepared, have an idea of what your lyrics and what you're going to do. Sing the song like 100 times so that you're really comfortable with it, and then when it comes to the studio, doing it in the studio, you can actually kind of give the song a bit of character and experiment with it and have some fun with it and give it a bit of, put yourself on the track because you're not thinking about the lyrics and where you come in and where you stop and things like that. So get all the technicalities of the track under your belt so that you can do it without thinking about it, and then you can actually start to own the track when it comes to recording it. Good luck. I'd like to be able to play piano better. I can kind of, play chords and stuff, as you may have seen on some other videos, but I'm not very, flowery with it. I'd love to be able to play piano a lot better. I love the instrument. I love the sound of people playing jazz piano or something like that. So that's something I'd love to be able to do. And drums, who doesn't want to play drums? Drums are the coolest instrument of the lot. So yeah, those two. Technology friend or foe? And do you think young people are missing out on real life because of it? A bit of the two. I got a love-hate relationship with technology. I mean, everything I do would not be possible without technology. This conversation we're having now, recording my album, just, my life in general. I mean, I love technology. Technology has brought so much good stuff to all of our lives. And I love social media. I think it's a really powerful thing that people from all over the world can communicate and share ideas and share truths, and bypass the mainstream media and bypass the monopolies of knowledge, of information that the powers that be have. I think technology gives us a wonderful strengths as society. But like anything, it depends on how you use it and what it's used for. In terms of young people are missing out on real life, I think possibly, yeah, but at the same time, not necessarily. I mean, if you're kind of a very unique person that lives in a small town and has nothing in common with everybody else, then technology enables you to kind of connect with people similar to yourself online, and those relationships are just as meaningful, if not more so, to that person than the relationships they have in the so-called real world around them. So I mean, it depends. I think, it is important to pull your face out of your phone, I think, sometimes, and I've been guilty of that, because there is a beautiful world around us, and it is important to be present for the real people that are there rather than talking to people online all the time. But I think it's a bit of both. So friend and foe, I think, but that's down to us personally to manage that and to not get too sucked into it and realize it for what it is. Hey Lynn, well, you said 5, but then only 4 because you'd be gate crashing. You'd be banned because you're a troublemaker, and we don't want your sword there because you would take the party into a whole different area of debauchery and craziness, and we wouldn't want your sword there, so you'd be banned, mate. As for the other 4, I did a video on this before, and I think I said Socrates, Stephen Fry, Russell Brand, and I said someone else, and I feel really bad. Oh, Carl Sagan, of course, Carl's got to be there. But I mean, I'd probably just pick 4 of you guys, apart from you, 'cause you're band, and then we just do a rotating thing, or maybe we just do 400 and just have a crazy party. But you'd still definitely be banned. In 5 years' time, I mean, I don't know. I don't really think that far ahead. I mean, it'd be nice to still be doing the same thing, you know. It'd be nice to maybe be touring a bit more regular again, but without any of the bullshit that comes with it. I don't know, just living life, being healthy and being around friends and family and being able to continue what I love doing and making music and sharing the journey with you guys. I mean, I guess I'm kind of doing much of that already. So if I'm still doing what I'm doing now in 5 years' time, then I'll be very blessed and very lucky. And hopefully you guys will still be with me on the journey as well. So thanks so much for all the questions, guys. Sorry there was a few that I didn't answer, only because they're similar to ones that I've answered on previous Twinterview videos. So if you haven't seen those yet, go and check those out. There's another 6 of them, I think, so far. And your question will be answered in one of them somewhere. And they may be interesting viewing anyway if you haven't seen them yet, so go and check them out. They're on my channel. But thanks so much for all the questions and all the support in general, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing, and you know I am really grateful and thankful for everything you do, and you know it means the world, and I love you all to bits. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel so that you get like all the new stuff as and when it comes in. That would be amazing as well to help me grow the channel. And have a great weekend. I love you to bits. Stay warm, stay safe, look after yourself, look after each other, and I'll see you on the other side. Love ya.